UFC 330, Makhachev versus Machado, Garry, full card breakdown. Let's get right into it. Our first fight of the night, a welterweight bout between Jeremiah Wells and Orolbai. Mason, what do you got?
Yeah, man, Orolbai is back. Coming off that win at 326, I think, was his last fight. 3 fights in a row. He's fighting Jeremiah Wells, the hometown kid from fighting out of Philly. Orolbai is a huge favorite here, minus like 600 or something like that. He's a big favorite for a reason. I think he's gonna just crotch sniff the whole time. He can't get it done by KO too, but I think that Orolbai is just the favorite for a reason. Give me Orolbai by the most boring, not even boring, just decision. Just complete bank on the ass.
All right. Noah, what do you got for the first fight of the night here?
Yeah, Jeremiah Wells. I think he's the only Philly fighter on this card. Kind of crazy not getting a Sean Brady or a Joe Pyfer on this card in Philly. But
Yeah, that's pretty
coming off that win over Themba Garimbo, before that was on a 2-fight skid. One of them being a split decision to Max Griffin, which was close. But 5-2 in the UFC so far. He's got 9 finishes in his career, five of them by KO. Mixing about Orolbai, who is having his second fight up at 170, or now his third fight up at 170. 2-0 so far, beating Chris Curtis's last fight, also breaking the welterweight record for most takedown. He had 19 takedowns in that fight. And then KOing Jack Hermanson pretty brutally. 3-fight win streak, but that could honestly be a 12-fight win streak if he would have got that split decision against Rebecca in his favor. But I feel like the odds are pretty much telling you what this fight is going to happen. Orolbai is going to win it. I think he has multiple ways to win it. He can win it on the feet. He can win it on the mat. And I think he gets it done in round 1. I think he gets it done. He gets a takedown, gets the neck, gets a rear naked choke. And I got Orolbai by sub here in round 1.
Oh, all right. Interesting. Yeah. This interesting fight to start the card. Like I said, Orolbai minus 600 favorite. So I mean the odds pretty much tell you what's gonna happen here. But Orolbai's game is wrestling, and so is Jeremiah Wells. Jeremiah Wells is a pretty good wrestler in his own right. And when Orolbai fought Rebecca, who was another good wrestler, was probably the other best wrestler that he's fought, other than Hermanson. But we all saw what Rebecca did to him. Messed him up pretty good, and had one of the greatest fights we've ever seen. I'm not saying Jeremiah Wells is capable of doing that. He hasn't landed more than 40 significant strikes in any of his 7 UFC fights, but he does have really good wrestling, and I don't think Orolbai is going to have an easy time on the ground with him. But, it is Orolbai. He is a dog, so, I mean, he's going to dominate this fight, but I think Orolbai is going to get it done by decision. I think it'll be like a 30-26 decision. But I don't think he's going to be able to finish Wells. I mean, Wells has only been finished one time in his career, and it was a submission in the UFC to Carlston Harris. But I don't know. I think Orolbai is going to get just a dominant 30-26 here.
Yeah, remember going into that last fight. Just remember going into that last fight that we thought that Chris Curtis was going to be able to stop that Orolbai takedown game. He broke the record on him.
Yeah, 19 takedowns. Yeah, that was insane. That was pretty insane. But get into our next fight of the card. Another grappling god here, Ramiz Brahimaj, taking on Neil Magny, another welterweight bout, back to back to start the card here. Mason, what do you got for the boys here?
Yeah, man, Brahimaj, like complete submission artist, specialist, whatever you want to call him. He just knows how to get it done by submission. This is a really close fight. I'm pretty sure it's like almost even for the betting odds.
Yep.
And I don't know. I was like kind of torn in like who I wanted to pick for this fight. but I'm kind of liking Brahimaj by submission. But I think Magny might give him a little run for his money. But I think this one's gonna go to this. I think I can see this going to the decision. But don't be surprised if it is a Brahimaj submission. But give me Brahimaj by decision in this one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Noah, how are you feeling about this fight?
Yeah, both guys coming in here off a loss. Brahimaj lost to Punalele Soriano his last fight, and Neil Magny lost to Yaroslav Amoslav, who has been a tank since getting into the UFC. Neil Magny tied for fourth most UFC fights in UFC history, and goes in the third to tie Cowboy Cerrone with 38 this weekend. Also looking to go up into second place for most UFC wins this weekend, and he would tie Charles Oliveira. So I mean, a lot on the line for Neil Magny here this weekend. He's got an 80-inch reach, which is an 8-inch reach advantage against Ramirez this weekend. On a nice on a nice little 2-fight win streak before that Yaroslav loss. Like Mason said, Ramirez is a a certified grappler that's very, very good in the grappling department. Has 12 submission finishes. All of his fights have been finishes so far. Uh, he was he was, he lost his last fight, but before that was on a nice little 3-fight win streak, including 2 silly gillies. He's got 5 silly gillies in his career. But I feel like this is gonna be a tough test for him. Neil Magny's a veteran, and I'm gonna go Magny by decision here. I think Neil still has it. I think this will be a tough test for Ramiz Brahimaj. I think it will be a close fight. It could go either way, but I think Magny round just picks it up in round 3 after being 1-1 going into the round 3. So give me Neil Magny by decision.
It's valid.
Yeah. Yeah, Ramiz Brahimaj, Brahimaj, 0-5 indecisions in his career. 12 wins by submission, 1 win by knockout, 100% finish rate. So Mason's decision pick, pretty interesting, but he's always usually right about these types of things, man. He got that Dante Johnson split decision. He had a few other like split decision picks. Mason's usually really, really good with this stuff, but I don't know, dude. Everything on paper just says Neil Magny should win this fight, but the odds, dead even. I have Neil Magny by decision as well. His losses are incredible. I think his
Mm-hmm.
last like 7 losses are all guys who are in the top 10 right now, or at least the top 15.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just a very high IQ fighter. I don't see him shooting on Ramiz, especially with his reach advantage that he has, and he knows Ramiz has that silly gilly 5, like you said, Noah, 5 career silly gillies. And he has 5 career rear naked chokes as well. So he's really, really good on the ground. I just see Neil Magny pointing his way to a nice 29-28 or 30-27 decision here as well.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Valid. Very valid.
Getting into our next fight on the card, we have a light heavyweight bout here between Rafael Tobias and Lucas Fernando. Mason, what do you got?
Yeah, this one, I'm actually kind of excited for this one. Tobias making his second fight in the UFC. He lost his debut to Nurgozai, who had Nurgozai in an electric knockout last night. And Fernando making his UFC debut. He did lose on the Contender Series like 3 years ago to Cesar Almeida. But he was a former LFA champ. He's on a 4-fight win streak, and I think I'm gonna ride. I think I'm gonna ride that wave. I think he's gonna get his 5th win in a row. He's gonna win his UFC debut, and he's gonna win by KO. This one could be interesting. But give me Mr. Fernando by KO.
Oh, all right. I like that a lot. Noah, who do you got in this fight?
Yeah, I also like that pick a lot. Tobias, second fight in the UFC, coming off that loss, like Mason said, to Dayar Nurgazai. He's 14-2, but it's kind of a stat padded record. The guys he's fighting, not really that great, and that kind of showed like he kind of had a really, really like underwhelming performance against Dyer. I know it went to decision, but like it was pretty dominant win for Dyer in that debut fight. Fernando coming in, he's got a 7-inch reach advantage. Like Mason said, he LFA champ. Did take a loss to Cesar Almeida in 2023, but we've seen how good Cesar Almeida has been so far in the UFC. He's a tough guy, great kickboxer, and Fernando's running a nice little 4-fight win streak. Two first round finishes in a row, and both those were his title fights in LFA. So I think he keeps that win streak going and gets another KO here and knocks out Rafael Tobias in the first round and gets 3 round 1 KOs in a row.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna ride the Lucas Fernando KO train as well. Rafael Tobias had a really weak performance, like you said, no, against DR. He's still only 23 years old, has a really padded record, like you also said. And yeah, I remember breaking down his last fight, and it was just padded record, very young. Lucas Fernando, huge, only his third fight at light heavyweight. He's 2-0 as a light heavyweight. Both times he fought at 205, he weighed in at 203 pounds, so it's something to note there. He's a little smaller, light heavyweight there. But KO here, man. He's seven career wins by knockout. Crazy reach advantage here, and I think he's just gonna use it to his advantage here. Minus 200 favorite for a reason, and he's gonna probably show it in the first round. I agree with a first round knockout.
Oh, valid.
Getting into our next fight on the card, we have a middleweight bout between Vicente Luque and Tresean Gore. Mason,
Yeah,
who's winning this? Who's winning this fight?
This one, I'm really surprised that Luque is the underdog in this fight. Luque is pretty good. I mean, he won his last fight against Kelvin Gastelum by submission. Tresean Gore also won his last fight by submission. Tresean Gore's a little bit newer into his MMA career, 6-4. Luque has been fighting for a long, long time. And I'm kind of liking the Luque underdog here. I mean, Luque can do a little bit of everything. He's good on the ground. He's good on his feet. Tresean Gore also has pretty decent grappling. But I really like Vicente Luque in this one, and give me Luque by KO.
Oh, I like that a lot too. Noah, who do you got in this fight?
Yeah, second fight up at 185 for Vicente Luque, coming up from 170. Fifth most finishes in UFC history. Can move into a tie for third with Derek Lewis and Jim Miller with a finish here this weekend, with 15, hoping to get 16 this weekend. Is tied for 10th most subs in UFC history and can move to 7th this weekend. And he's at 7 right now. Coming off that win versus Kelvin Gastelum. Before that was on a nice little 2-fight skid, but tough guys, Joel Alvarez and Kevin Holland.
Yeah.
I think, and then Tresean Gore coming in 6-4, coming off that round 3 silly gilly win over Azamat Bakoyev. I know we said earlier Ramiz Brahimaj had a lot of gillies on his record. Tresean Gore's got 3 silly gilly wins in his career so far, and he's only got 6 wins. So half of his fight have been by silly gilly wins. Kind of a back and forth. Really nice win his last time, but like right before that, not some bad losses. Losing to Rodolfo Vieira and Marcos Tulio, and I think that Luque's experience here is gonna show over Gore, and I think he gets his gets a finish here, and I'm gonna go by sub. I think he gets a front choke sub on Tresean Gore this weekend.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Luque, 15 of his 24 career wins are in round 1. 7 of his 8 UFC losses are against ranked guys. So he's fought the best of the best. Great wins on his resume. Tresean Gore's motto is just wrestling. He's a wrestler. He likes to crotch nip. He likes to take you down, try to take you down at least. But yeah, and then when he can't do that, when he's forced to strike, he gets picked apart on the feet. 2 losses by knockout in the UFC. All 3 of his submission wins are silly gillies. So if he tries to wrestle Luque, who's got a dangerous Darce game, as we know, dangerous anacondas, dangerous silly gillies himself, it's not going to go well for Tresean Gore. And if Tresean Gore decides to stand and strike with him, Luque's got insane power. I mean, 8 knockouts in the UFC. So, Luque being the underdog here is ludicrous. I already put $107 on Luque moneyline straight. Had to do that immediately. I mean, unless he's hurt or badly really injured or sick or something, there's no way he should lose this fight. So yeah, give me Luque by whatever he wants in the first round.
I like
Getting
it.
into our next fight, we have another middleweight bout, back-to-back middleweight fights here. Dante Johnson taking on Eric McConico. And shout out Eric McConico. He actually follows us on Instagram. Shout out to Eric. He's a dog. Love you, bro. But yeah, Mason, who do you got in this fight?
Yeah, I was kind of feeling a little, McConico is the underdog. Dante Johnson is a beast, 8-0. But I kind of have a weird feeling that McConico is going to get a win by sub in this fight. There's just a weird feeling that I feel in my stomach. And I don't know. I mean, it's just a weird feeling that I have. But I think I'm going to go the safe route here. I'm going to go Dante Johnson, and I'm going to go Dante Johnson by a right hook KO.
Oh, wow, that was a crazy turn of events right there.
Yeah. I have a gut feeling, but I don't think I'm going to listen to my gut today.
All right. No gut, going all brain. Got it. Noah, what do you got in this fight?
Yeah, Eric McConico coming off a decision win over Rodolfo Vieira. 2-2 so far in the UFC. KO'd twice. KO'd losses to Susurkayev and Rusev. 11-4 in his career, 36 years old. So Dante Johnson's going to be the younger fighter by 9 years going into this fight. Eric McConico does have a 3-inch reach advantage, but I don't know. Dante Johnson coming off that first decision win. He is 8-0, and 7 of those are by finish. 6 of them being by KO. I think he fixes the issues that he saw his last fight. That was a really close fight with Cody Brundage. And I think he wants to come out here to show he's he can get the finish still. And I'm gonna go Dante Johnson by KO as well. I do like what Mason said. I do think it will be a right hook as well. McConico struggles with that right hook. He's gotten KO with a right hook by Susurkayev and Rusev, and Dante Johnson's got a nice right hook.
All right. I like it. Yeah, Dante Johnson, 2-0 in the UFC, 1 win by decision, 1 win by submission. So yeah, that KO win would complete his cycle. But yeah, 6 wins he was 6-0, 6 wins by knockout before joining the UFC. So we've seen a lot of his game that we didn't think we'd see. And yeah, Eric McConico has been knocked down 4 times in the UFC so far. Really chinny. All 4 losses in his UFC or in his pro career by knockout. Great pick, but I don't know. I think the height advantage is a little sketch. I mean, 6 feet. McConico's 6 feet tall. Dante's 5'8". I know he debuted as like a heavyweight on the Contender Series and knocked out a guy on the Contender Series who was a heavyweight. Very impressive. I don't know. I feel like Dante's going to want to take this to the ground. Both guys have a split decision win over Cody Brundage. Pretty funny. And I think McConico showed a real grappling weakness against Cody Brundage. And Cody Brundage was really messing him up on the ground. And I think Dante Johnson, excuse me, I think he's going to get a ground and pound TKO here. I think he's going to want to get this to the ground and, utilize that his advantage on the ground. As we've seen, McConico's pretty not good on the ground. So, Yeah, give me Dante Johnson by a ground and pound TKO here.
Valid.
Getting into our next fight on the card, a lightweight banger here. Jalen the Tarantula Turner taking on Cowie Fernandes. Mason, who do you got in this banger?
This one is going to be a banger. Jalen Turner is one of my favorite fighters in the UFC. He's probably one of my favorite lightweights. Actually, two of my favorite lightweights are on this card. But I think that, yeah, this one is going to be a banger. I think it's going to be a close fight. I think it could go to decision. I think it could. But I think I'm really liking a Jalen Turner KO for August 15th. I think I'm going to go Jalen Turner by knockout, round 3. And he's going to get back. He's going to 2 wins in a row for Jalen Turner after August 15th.
I like it. Noah, how's this fight going to go?
Yeah, Fernandes coming in here on a 3-fight win streak. Last time out there against Harry Hardwick, we were shown how crazy this dude's leg kicks are. He has insane leg kicks, and Jalen Turner's got some really long legs that hopefully he's able to check these kicks that are coming his way. This is a big step up in competition for Fernandes. I think Jalen Turner's no slouch. Been in the top 15 pretty much his whole career, trying to get back in there. Coming off that round 1 KO win that he had over Edson Barbosa after a premature retirement after losing to Ignacio Bahamondes. Yeah, I mean he's fought some of the best guys and competed very well against him. Has a split decision with Matus Gamrot and Dan Hooker. Had Moicano beat if he would have followed up on his strikes when Moicano got to the ground, but kind of walked away prematurely, and Moicano actually ended up coming back and winning that fight. I just think that the step up in competition here is going to be too much for Fernandez. I think Jalen Turner proves to get another finish here, and I'm going to go Jalen Turner by KO. He got 11 KOs in his career, so I'm going to go Turner by KO.
I agree with you. Noah. I love it. I love the size advantage that he has in this fight, but I also think that it could be used against him, like you said, those long legs. And he's a southpaw fighting an orthodox who's really good at kicking. So that's like the main thing that's scaring me. That leg's gonna be in perfect conditions here for Fernandes to be kicking away. But Jalen Turner is a pretty high IQ guy. He's fought the best of the best. Like I said, he's been in the top 15 pretty much his whole career. And I just think he's going to be able to time those leg kicks perfectly. Even though he is pretty susceptible to them, if you've looked in his previous fights, he's not really good at checking kicks, and he gets his calves beat up pretty good in a lot of fights. But I think the IQ of Turner is going to be too much. Like you said, the step up in competition here is a little much for Fernandes, and I think Turner's going to time one of those kicks perfectly, and he's going to sit Fernandes down, and it's going to be a brutal knockout here pretty early. So I think Jalen Turner gets it done by knockout here in round 1 as well. So
Yeah,
give me the
I like round
tarantula,
1.
baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we all?
I like a
You said
round 1
round
KO.
3, Mason,
I don't
or
think
round
it's
1?
close.
I did say round 3, but I'll switch it to round 1. Jalen Turner KO.
Bam. Yeah. It's not going to be close. It's not going to be close. But our next fight, I do think is going to be a little closer, even though the odds makers do not. We have Chidi and Jokwani. I did not say that right.
Chidi, bang, bang. Boom,
Chidi,
boom, boom.
bang, bang. Oh, yeah. Taking on Joel Alvarez. My boy. I love Joel. Welterweight bout here. I believe this is Joel's third fight as a welterweight now. Yes, third fight at welterweight. Mason, who do you got in our featured prelim of UFC 330?
Yeah, first glance at this fight, I was like, I think Joel Alvarez is just gonna have his way with Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and Joel Alvarez. I mean, he's really good. His last fight, he fought Amosov, who is really good. He's a hot prospect.
Too good.
And yeah, give me Chitty Chitty Bang Bang by KO. I can envision it in my head right now. I can envision watching the TV screen and Chitty Chitty is gonna get a bang bang knockout over Joel Alvarez. Head kick bang too. It's gonna be a and he's gonna be out like a light.
I'm gonna go next because I'm actually on the same train as you here, Mason. I'm on the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang KO train, baby. Yeah, I was doing the research, boys, and it's pretty damning for Joel Alvarez. You look at his record, you see 17 wins by submission, and you think, oh, he's just gonna take this Muay Thai fighter down who doesn't grapple at all and just sub him. Well, you'd be wrong in that. Joel Alvarez has one total takedown in his 11 UFC fights. He does not initiate grappling exchanges at all. He is a defensive grappler. His submissions are a silly gilly, a darce, and an armbar. Chidi is the best striker that he's faced, most accurate striker that he's faced, and the one that lands the most significant strikes per minute that he's faced. I really think that Chidi is gonna KO him here, man. Joel's been KO'd twice in his career. Once in the UFC by Arman Sarukian, due to ground and pound. But Joel is a great striker on the feet, to his credit. But I think the size of Chidi, the kicks of Chidi has some nasty, disgusting kicks, and his Muay Thai is some of the best I think in the UFC personally. And he's only been outstriked in 3 of his 10 UFC fights, and he has lost all 3 of those fights. But he does have a 75% takedown defense. But once you get him down to the ground, it is a problem. So as long as Chidi can keep it standing, he's probably going to knock out Joel Alvarez.
All right,
So
you
I'm going to
guys
take
are right.
the Chidi Bang Bang KO
is
train here.
actually 10th all
Noah,
time
I know
in
you're
significant
against
strike
us here,
accuracy,
so
60%
convince
in
us
his
of Joel
career.
Alvarez.
Coming off a 2-fight skid though, losing to Jake Matthews and Carlos Leal, kind of showing his age a little bit lately, in my opinion. His 5th fight down at 170, 3-2. I just think this is possibly the toughest opponent he's faced in his career. I think it's between Joel Alvarez and RoboCop, and at the time, RoboCop isn't the RoboCop we know him as today. Joel Alvarez, 23-4, 8-3 in the UFC. He is coming off that tough loss to Yaroslav Amosov, but every time he's lost, he's bounced back very tremendously. Nine round 1 finishes in his career. He's got 22 finishes and 20 out of 23 wins, 17 of those being subs. But I mean, a lot of those subs is from knocking guys down and then jumping on their neck. He's been 2nd fight up for him at 170, or third fight up for him at 170. Been training lately with Islam. That's why he got put on this card short notice, is because he was already in Islam's camp training with them. I just think he's the better fighter here, and I don't know. We've seen Chidi lose 6 times in round 1 in his career, and Joel Alvarez is a really fast starter. 9 round 1 finishes. I just don't think he's gonna be able to handle the storm of Joel early, and this is gonna be a very fast fight in my opinion. I feel like the under 1.5 under half a round may hit here. And give me Joel Alvarez by KO. I think he's gonna put Chidi's lights out. But I could see him knocking him down, getting a club and sub as well. I just think the hands are gonna be the issue for Chidi.
Ooh. Oh. Okay. All right. I mean, I hope right. Okay. I like it. I like it. All right. Getting into our main card of UFC 330. A little lackluster here, but hey man, they're fights. We're gonna watch them. So we have a lightweight bout kicking us off here. The 40-year-old man himself, Edson Barbosa, still finding himself on a main card at 40, taking on Esteban Ribovics. Mason, who do you got in this main card opener?
Yeah, Edson Barbosa is probably one of my favorite lightweights to ever touch the canvas. One of the most decorated kickboxers we've probably ever seen. He's definitely up there. Ribovics is very tough, though. Ribovics is tough. His last fight, he did fight Gamrot, and Gamrot did get the win by sub. Barbosa fought Turner last and got knocked out. Barbosa then retired, then came back as something, weird. Barbosa is a kind of a big underdog here, which I'm not really liking. But we could possibly see a solid fight here. Barbosa is obviously up there in age. Ribovics is a little bit younger, but I cannot not pick Edson Barbosa. I can't not pick him. I like Edson in this fight. We know he can throw kicks like crazy. The leg kicks are always something that you always have to watch out for. He's got some kind of sneaky hands, but I think I like
this is a
Edson
fun
in this
one.
fight.
Edson
Give me Edson
Barbosa,
Barbosa by
gonna be
decision.
his 33rd
I love
UFC
it. I
fight.
actually like that pick a lot.
Coming off a
Noah, who do you
3-fight
got in
L
the main
streak
card
that
opener?
Jalen Turner KO in December. Not looking like the same Edson Barbosa we know him as, but he can always put on a fun fight. He's tied for 9th for most performance bonuses in his career with 13. 15 finishes in his career. We know how good his kickboxing is. Like Mason said, he has 13 KOs, 4th all time in knockdowns. Esteban Ribovics, though, coming off that sub loss to Gamrot, and he's bounced back pretty good in all of his after taking all of his losses, 15-3 in his career, 4-3 in the UFC. I think that Edson's gonna struggle with the youthness of Esteban Ribovics. He's gonna throw a lot of shots at Edson Barbosa, and we know Edson's chin's not the same as it was when he was younger. He's been KO'd 5 times now, and Ribovics is 9th all time in strikes per minute at 7.24 strikes per minute. So I'm gonna have to go Ribovics here, and I'm gonna have to go Ribovics by KO. I just don't think Edson's chin's gonna hang up, be able to take a lot of a beating. And Edson's only chance of victory, I think, would be by decision. I don't think he's gonna put Ribovics out. He's got a pretty good chin.
Yeah. Yeah, Ribovics never been KO'd in his career, 7 wins by knockout. Only 1 win by knockout in the UFC, and that was that Terrence McKinney head kick in like 30 seconds. So I don't think that Esteban really has like crazy KO power. So I think Edson Barbosa can hold up, especially because he doesn't have to worry about a grappling threat. So he's not going to get like tired out from grappling. He's going to be able to just do his thing, which is kickbox. And Jalen Turner's a great grappler as well. And Lerone Murphy was a great grappler when they fought in their main event. And me and Noah saw him fight Drakkar Close in person. I thought he won that fight. Honestly, I thought he got pretty robbed against Drakkar, but and Drakkar was trying to take him down too. But I don't see Esteban initiating really any grappling exchanges here. And Esteban's just a high volume striker. He's had 4 fights where he's landed 100 plus significant strikes, and he gets hit just as much as he does throw. Like, he's very, very hittable. 5.8 significant strikes he absorbs per minute. And then he obviously, like Noah said, he's 9th right now in the UFC and 7.2 landing. So he does get hit quite a bit. And I don't know. I think this is going to be a war. I think this is the main card opener for a reason. And I think Edson Barbosa is going to get it done here by split decision. I think we're going to have an absolute war here, and Barbosa is going to get the nod on the split decision here to start us off. And I think it's. But that's just a fan, bro. That's just a fan. But like, I think that's he doesn't have to worry about any grappling. He can do his kickboxing thing, and Esteban's very hittable. So
you always, dude, and Barbosa's reach could.
I forgot to mention. Yeah,
his reach could play in solid effect too. I mean, 75-inch reach.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that too. Yeah, good point there.
Striker's delight here, I would say. Definitely Striker's delight.
Oh yeah. This is a main card open for a reason. This is actually a good fight here. I'm really excited for that one. Getting into our next fight on the main card here, we got another middleweight bout on the card. Mansour Abdul-Malik taking on Dustin Stoltzfus. Yuck. Mason, who do you got?
Yeah, absolute yuck. Freaking Stoltzfus. How is like, I don't know. He's like 3-7, and
yeah.
You lost. UFC, you lost me here. You lost
us.
But Malik is pretty good. His last fight, he did fight Garry, who's 9 feet tall, and he's always a tough challenge for everybody. But I think he's a heavy favorite for a reason. Like, I don't think there's any way that Malik loses this fight. So you can give me Malik by KO here.
All right.
This is just such a disgusting fight. Like,
I think about
that's
100%.
And I just think
that's 100% right.
Why am I going to watch this card?
Like, this fight shouldn't even be a main card fight on an Apex card. Like,
no, not even
not even an Apex main card.
Guys, there's, like we said, we're saying now, this is a terrible fight.
Like,
there's one reason why this is on a main card. Is because there's going to be a brutal visualization KO by Abdul-Malik here. Dustin Stoltzfus 3-7 in his UFC career, like Mason said, coming off two decision losses, but manager Abdul-Malik is coming off his first UFC loss. I think he really wants to get bounce back from this, and I think he does. Stoltzfus been KO'd 4 times in his career and twice by round 1, and that's what Abdul-Malik does. He puts you out by KO. He's got 7 KOs in his career out of his 9 wins. I think this is gonna be a fast one. I think it's over in round 1, possibly under half a round would be a nice bet. But give me manager Abdul-Malik by KO.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree that I'm a little disappointed in the UFC here. I don't know why we're still trying to set up Mansour Abdul-Malik. He's shown that he's easily beatable. Got destroyed by Nick Klein in the first round of their fight. Landed 1 total strike in the first round of that fight, and then obviously got the round 2 KO because Nick Klein gassed. And then has a split, loses round 1 to Cody Brundage, and then later has that fight overturned to a draw. And then gets absolutely dog walked by Yusri Belgari. He's only won 4 out of the 10 rounds that he's competed in the UFC so far. Mansour Abdul-Malik has. And I just don't understand why we're setting him up here. Like this, even if he does win this fight by a brutal KO here, that still really does nothing for him. It's Dustin Stoltzfus. He's 3-7 in the UFC. This win does absolutely nothing for Mansour Abdul-Malik. So there's really no point in having it on the main card. It doesn't do anything. And if he does struggle like he did against Nick Klein in this first round, and it takes him till round 2 to get the KO, it's going to be even worse for him. This is a high risk, low reward type fight here for this prospect. Mm-hmm. So I don't get it. But yeah, Abdul-Malik by a brutal finish. or I could see Stoltzfus getting like a late round 3 submission if it gets to there, because we've seen Abdul-Malik gas out. And
I can't wait to be sitting by the pool while this fight's going on, because you lost me. You lost me.
Yeah, that might be a bathroom break fight there. Honestly, that's oh boy.
A little cigarette break, go grocery shopping,
Yeah, dude. Do what you got to do during that fight. You're not gonna miss much.
Quick little 15-minute nap. I mean,
yeah, bam, right back at it. Getting into our next fight, though, on the main card, a flyweight bout here between Charles Johnson and Jose Ochoa. Mason, who do you got?
Man, does Charles Johnson love to fight? Like, this guy fought a month ago, got his groin and his legs basically almost ripped in half because he got banana split or Saloyev stretch, whatever you want to call it. Now he's back a month later on a pay-per-view or a numbered event. Shout out to Energy for stepping up, fighting again. And I'm gonna go Energy in this fight. He is the underdog because
he is the prospect killer,
and then he's won. He's lost, and then he's won. He lost, and he's gonna win. And another thing, he is the prospect killer. Ochoa is 25 years old.
Ochoa is
25 years old. Joshua Van beat Kavanaugh, who is, I don't know exactly what was Kavanaugh. How old is he when Charles fought him? He beat Joshua Van. I think all fate is happening. Give me Charles Johnson to win by KO. Give Ochoa his first KO loss. I think all the tiles are in place for Charles Johnson to win this fight.
Mason may talk me into it.
Mason may talk me into
him. He is the prospect killer, and I was saying
is fate on Charles Johnson's side, or is Jose Ochoa gonna show us why he's a minus 350 favorite?
Jose Ochoa should win this fight, but don't be surprised if Charles Johnson does pull it off. 9-2 so far in his young career. 25 years old, Jose Ochoa, coming off his a win over Clayton Carpenter. And this dude's only lost to the best of the best. He's lost to Asuam Abayev and Lonnie Kavanaugh. He's got amazing hands. Seven KO finishes in these 9 wins, 4 of which come in round 1. I don't know. I'm really high on him. I think he's definitely gonna be a guy that we'll see in the top 15 at some point. But Charles Johnson is he is that top 15 gatekeeper. 8-7 in the UFC. Always game for a fight. Very active, like Mason said. Fought a month ago against Asum Amabayev. His first sub loss in the UFC. I mean, his last 2 losses are the only time he's been finished. And this guy's fought tough guys. He's got KO wins over Josh Finn and Lonnie Kavanaugh. I don't know. Mason's right. He could pull it off and win, but I'm gonna go Ochoa by decision here. I think Charles Johnson is durable, but I think Ochoa gets it done. He's got really good hands.
All right. I don't have any doubts about this. Jose Ochoa is gonna come out there and starch Charles Johnson, start to finish here. He's just a really high volume guy. Really puts it on guys, gets in their face, not afraid to walk anybody down. Very accurate when he does too. Really strong. Just I don't like this is already Charles Johnson's 4th fight of the year, and it's only August. I just think Jose Ochoa is going to be fresher here, coming off that great win against Clayton Carpenter, stayed real patient when he had him hurt multiple times, didn't rush anything. I really like him. I think he's great. I think he gets a late KO, like round 3, or it's gonna be like a 30-27 decision. But I think it'll just be a really easy win here for Ochoa, and he probably more than likely will find himself getting a ranked opponent, or just get defaultly ranked after beating Charles here.
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna bet $50 on Charles Johnson too. I'm betting $50 on Charles Johnson.
Wow! All right, damn, that's
Why not? Why not? You know,
yeah,
hey, make the card at least a little bit more interesting.
Yep, definitely. So getting into our co-main event of the card, which is our first fight that has a ranked fighter fighting in it. I'll let that sink in for a second. We have Mackenzie Dern taking on Gillian Robertson in our women's strawweight title fight here. Mason, who's winning the strawweight championship next Saturday?
Yeah, Mackenzie Dern making her first title defense. Fighting Gillian Robertson. Gillian, I don't care. But Gillian's been on I think she deserves. She's been on a hot streak. I really hope this is this is gonna be a grapple fest, but I hope it's like a really interesting grapple fest, like Mobstar and Aljo, because I hope it's kind of like that. I hope it's not like a snooze fest, but you know, if you like grappling, this might be the fight for you. And it's got high stakes too, high stakes. But I think Mackenzie Dern is the real deal. I really like her in this fight. And give me Mackenzie Dern. This fight, there's no way this fight doesn't go to decision. Like, I don't think either of these ladies are gonna get subbed.
Yeah, like
They're
Mason
very
said,
good at what
Mackenzie
they
Dern
do.
making her first
But give me
title
Mackenzie
defense
Dern by
after winning the
decision.
title versus Vernon Jandarova in October.
Noah, who do you got in
Riding
this
a nice
fight?
little 3-fight win streak into this fight. And she's getting better every single fight that we see her in the octagon. Like, she really had to gut it out and beat Verna. Lost a few rounds early. And I don't know. Like they say, everyone gets a percentage better once they get the gold belt around their waist. But I think Jillian she's tough. She's riding a 5-fight win streak, tied for the longest win streak in the division. And
Yeah.
I mean, she's a great grappler. I mean, this, like Mason said, this is going to be a 25-minute probably grappling match. But Jillian, she does have she does get like a more finishes than that Dern. Like, she's the more dangerous fighter in this fight. She's tied for 10th all time in sub wins. And when she gets on top of you, it's gonna be tough getting you off. Getting her off you. I mean, I don't know. I'm going back. I mean, this fight is really close. It could go either way, but I think Dern pulls it out, and I think getting the belt is gonna show like the best of Mackenzie Dern. So give me Dern by decision.
It's a hard fight.
Yeah, I agree with you both. I think this is a cakewalk actually for Mackenzie Dern. When you look at the level of competition that Gillian Robertson has faced, it's really nothing compared to the competition that Mackenzie Dern has faced. Like, not even close. Her last win was Amanda Lemos, who's old and washed, number 11. Before that, Marina Rodriguez, not even ranked. Luana Pinheiro, not ranked. Michelle Waterson Gomez, who's retired now, and Pollyanna Viana, who's also not ranked. Has a loss to Tabitha Ritchie, who just got destroyed by Fatima Klein, who's going to be the champ next year. And she also has a loss to JJ Aldrich. I mean, like when she does fight those higher level competition, those two are still ranked. She has 2 losses to those. So she has more losses against current ranked fighters in the top 15 right now than she does wins against top 15 in there right now. Mackenzie Dern's beaten Virna Jandiroba twice, who's one of the best grapplers in the division.
Yeah.
Far better grappler than Gillian is, and beat her twice. So also Amanda Hebos, who's a great grappler in her own right as well, armbarred her. Lupe Godinez, who's a great wrestler. Mackenzie Dern beat her pretty good. Did lose to Amanda Lemos, but if you're going to lose to Amanda Lemos, it's going to be, 29-28. Man, those fights are always close. Amanda Lemos, not a good grappler, but, got really powerful hands. I just, Mackenzie Dern, I think, is just a little bit levels above Gillian Robertson here, and I think Mackenzie Dern's going to finish her in this fight. I think she's going to show why she's a champ and why she is the best grappler in the division by far. And I think Mackenzie Dern's going to sub her in round 2 or round 3.
Okay.
So,
all right.
With that being said, we are getting into our main event of the evening here. Islam Makhachev making his first title defense at welterweight against Ian Machado Garry. Mason, who's winning the welterweight championship at UFC 330?
Yeah, man. The long-awaited first title defense of Mr. Islam Makhachev. He's going against the future. They're calling him. They're calling Ian Machado Garry the future. And
He
hey,
calls himself that.
yeah. The one thing that really stands out for me, this is this is the biggest dude Islam has fought. Ian Machado Garry he's a very, very big guy. He's the definition of a welterweight, like how a welterweight looks. But
Yeah.
man, Islam is just so sound. I mean, he can strike. He can, grapple. I did see a clip of Ian Machado Garry getting takedown a decent amount during training camp. I don't know if maybe it's AI or something, but I don't think Islam's going to lose this fight. And I think the only way he loses is if Ian Machado just outstrikes him or knocks him out. But Islam's going to get a takedown. He's going to get on top of Ian and just, backpack him. Like he's going to smother him if it gets to the ground. Give me Islam Makhachev by a Darce choke, which, that's what he's
Oh my
known for.
goodness, dude! I hope
Give me
so.
Islam by a
But
Darce
this, like
choke,
Mason
round
said,
2.
is gonna be
Woo.
All
it's gonna
right.
be a test.
Noah, is
Ian
Islam going to
Gary's
retain the
six foot
belt?
three, and the tallest person that Islam has ever fought is 5'11", and Ian Gary isn't just like tall. He's tall and lengthy. Like he's
Yeah.
got a nice 4.5 or 4 inch reach advantage going into this fight. And I mean, he gets better and better every time he's in there. I hate to say it. 2 fight win streak, beating Bilal out there last time, and then beating Carlos Prates. Uh, After taking that loss to Shavkat, I mean, uh, he just gets continuously better. But Islam is just so tough. Long tied for the longest win streak in the UFC history, and I mean, I think his last performance against JDM, I know it wasn't a finish, but I think that may have been his best performance we've seen out of him. And this dude just gets better and better every time we see him in there, and I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be a tough test because is I don't know. I, I could see Ian winning. I but Islam, I gotta go Islam here. I think his wrestling is just gonna be too dominant for Ian, and I I think Islam shows levels too. I think he gets a submission.
Ooh. Wow. Okay. Yeah, Ian Garry, not really the greatest like submission guy or ground game guy. More known just for his high IQ point fighting, really more than anything. But like you said, he looks better every fight. Just beat the former champ Bilal Muhammad in his last fight, but
Who?
yeah, wait, let me make sure I got that. Bilal Muhammad. Yeah, that's what it says. I don't. Yeah, it says he was a former champ. Apparently, I don't remember though, but apparently, I think this fight's gonna go pretty similar to the JDM versus Bilal Muhammad fight. I think Ian Garry is gonna win this fight here, boys. I think we're gonna hear an and new. I think Islam's gonna do his thing, try to wrestle. I think Ian Garry is gonna be able to utilize his range pretty good. Um, Islam has fought somebody with a bigger reach than Ian Garry. He did fight Dan Hooker, who's 6 foot and has a 75.5-inch reach. So he is used to training for someone who had this size, at least not the height, but like the reach at least. And as we know, he Kimura Dan Hooker in the first round, but Ian Garry has a lot better takedown defense than Dan Hooker. But yeah, just a high IQ fighter. Keeps fights very close. 48-47 with Carlos, a 48-47 with Shavkat. And I think he's going to 48-47 split decision Islam here. So give me Ian Machado Garry by a 48-47 split decision and new. And then we're going to get a Ian Garry Carlos Prates rematch. And Carlos Prates is going to knock out Ian Garry and become the champion after that. So this fight don't even matter, boys, because Carlos is going to beat the winner of this anyways. So it don't even matter. But yeah, that's the UFC 330. We are now going to get into our Golden Goose picks for UFC 330. Starting us off, Mason. Who's your Golden Goose pick here for UFC 330?
Yeah, this guy, his odds really stuck out to me because I wouldn't think this guy'd be the underdog, but I think my Golden Goose for UFC 330, August 15th, it's got to be Vicente Luque. I think that he's got good value as an underdog. He's good everywhere. Tresean Gore, still kind of new to the sport. Not the greatest record, and I think Vicente Luque is just going to get the better of Tresean Gore. And Tresean Gore ain't going to want no more.
Yeah, Mason
Vicente
said
Luque gets a hold of
like the best. Like when you saw Vicente Luque as a huge as an
Anyways,
underdog this weekend,
Noah, who's your Golden
it
Goose
was
pick
very
for UFC
surprising.
330?
There's no way he should be the underdog in this fight. I'm gonna ride him with Mason. I know we usually don't like to do the same pick, but I just feel like that's free money. I gotta go Vicente Luque.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling you guys were both gonna pick him. So I mean, I'm gonna pivot. I did have Luque originally as my goose, but I'm gonna pivot here a little bit. Talked myself into this guy today after doing the research. Chidi Bang Bang
I knew you were going to do it.
is my Golden Goose, man. I think he's gonna get the bang bang knockout on my boy Joel Alvarez, and I think it's gonna be pretty brutal, and I think it's gonna be pretty early. So yeah, give me Chidi. I think he's like plus 200. Tapology said plus 190, but I think it's a lot more than that now. Yeah, plus 223. Joel Alvarez is minus 270, so good value on Chidi there. But yeah, that's been UFC 330. We'll see you for the recap once we have an and new welterweight champion here. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Threads. We live thread every card. I know you see us on the broadcast. Have a great night, everybody. Peace.